Good morning, everyone. Today we shall continue the chapter Tissues. In previous class, we shall discuss about the importance of tissues and differences between plant and animal tissues and meristematic tissue and types of meristematic tissue, and then permanent tissue and types of permanent tissue, complex permanent tissue and types of complex permanent tissue. Today we shall discuss about the importance of animal tissues. So animal tissues are of four main types. There are four main types of animal tissues. They are epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue and nervous tissue are the four types of animal tissues. See, epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue are of different types. They are squamous, columnar, cuboidal and glandular are the four types of epithelial tissue. Here, squamous, columnar, cuboidal and glandular are the four types of epithelial tissue. And then muscular tissue. There are three types of muscular tissue. They are striated muscles, unstriated muscles and cardiac muscles are the three types of muscular tissue. And then connective tissue. So connective tissue are different types. Observe this chart. So they are blood, bone, ligaments, tendons, cartilage, areolar, adipose are the different types of connective tissues. Blood or bone tissue, ligaments, tendons, cartilage, areolar tissue and adipose tissue are the different types of connective tissues. And nervous tissue consisting of nerve cells called neurons. Here question is arise, what do you mean by neuron? Here nervous tissue consists of nerve cells called neurons. Here let us see one by one. Epithelial tissue. See, epithelial tissue is the covering or protective tissue. Epithelial tissue or covering or protective tissue. In animals, it forms the outer covering like skin. It forms the outer covering like skin. Observe the figure. Here the epithelial tissue. See here types of epithelial tissues. Simple squamous epithelial tissue, simple cuboidal epithelial tissue, simple columnar epithelial tissues are the types of epithelial tissues. And striated, unstriated muscles are there. So here in the epithelial are present in the form of the skin. So outer covering of organs, inner lining of blood vessels, lungs, esophagus, etc. So it protects the body and controls the movement of materials between the body and the surroundings and between the parts of the body. It protects the body and controls the movement of materials between the body and the surroundings and between the parts of the body. The cells are closely arranged and have a fiber basement membrane. The cells are closely arranged and have a fibrous basement membrane. So let us see one by one. Here squamous epithelial tissue, columnar epithelial tissue, cuboidal epithelial tissue, glandular epithelial tissue are the four types of epithelial tissue. So squamous epithelial tissue consists of a layer of thin flat cells. They are thin flat cells. It is present in the lining of blood vessels. It is present in the lining of blood vessels, lungs, mouth, esophagus, etc. The skin has several layers of epithelial tissue. So this tissue is called stratified squamous tissue and columnar epithelial tissue. Columnar epithelial tissue consists of tall pillar-like cells. So observe here, columnar epithelial tissues. So columnar epithelial tissues, it looks like the pillar-like tissues. So here, it is present in the line. It is present in the columnar. It is present in the walls of the intestine. It is present in the walls of the intestine. The columnar epithelial tissue in the respiratory tract has hair-like projections called cilia. This tissue is called ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. And then cuboidal epithelial tissue. Cuboidal epithelial tissue consists of cone-shaped cells having a basement membrane. It forms the lining of kidney, tubules and ducts of salivary glands and provide mechanical support to this tissue. And then glandular epithelial tissue. Sometimes epithelial tissue folds inwards and forms a multicellular gland which secretes substances. So this tissue is called glandular epithelial tissue. Here glandular epithelial tissues means it folds inwards and forms a multicellular gland and which a multicellular gland which secrete the substances. So this tissue is called glandular epithelial tissue. So observe here the figures of the tissues. So how the tissues are arranged. And then muscular tissue. Muscular tissue help in the movement of the body. Muscular tissue helps in the movement of the body. It consisting of elongated cells called muscle fibers. It contains a protein called contractile protein which contracts and relaxes and helps in movements. It contains a protein called contractile protein which contracts and relaxes and helps in movements. Muscles which can move under our will are called voluntary muscles. Muscles which do not move under our will are called involuntary muscles. Muscles which do not move under our will are called involuntary muscles. So let us see one by one. Here there are three types of muscular tissue. Here striated muscles, unstriated muscles or smooth muscles and cardiac muscles. See, striated muscles are voluntary muscles having light and dark striations. See, observe here. Skeletal muscles, smooth muscles, skeletal muscles, cardiac muscles. Here observe here the cardiac muscles, skeletal muscles and smooth muscles. So how the muscles are arranged one together. First one is the smooth muscle, second one is the skeletal muscle and third one is the cardiac muscle. First we have to see that the striated muscle. So here see the striated muscle or skeletal muscle. So these are involuntary muscles having light and dark striations. The cells are long, cylindrical and are multinucleated. So they are also called skeletal muscles. Here observe here figure number 2. So it is also called the striated muscle or skeletal muscles. They are long, cylindrical and multinucleated. So they are also called striated muscles because they are attached to bones and they help in voluntary movements of the body. And then unstriated muscles are smooth muscles. Here observe here, figure number 1. Unstriated muscles are smooth muscles. Here the unstriated muscles are involuntary muscles having no striations. The cells are long and spindle shaped and are uninucleated. Here observe here, the cells are long and cylindrical in shape and a single nucleus are present here. So they are long, spindle shaped and uninucleated, and they are present in the alimentary canal, blood vessels, bronchi of lungs, iris of eye, and they help in involuntary movements. You know that the differences between the voluntary and involuntary. Here, involuntary muscles means the muscles which do not under control. The muscles which do not under control, so that muscles are called involuntary muscles. Here voluntary muscles means the muscles which under control. That muscles are called voluntary muscles. So here unstriated muscles are involuntary muscles having no striations. The cells are long and spindle shaped and are uninucleated. They are present in alimentary canal, blood vessels, bronchi of lungs, iris of eye, and they help in involuntary movements. And cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles are involuntary muscles having faint striations. The cells are long, cylindrical, branched, and multinucleated. Cardiac muscles are involuntary muscles having faint striations. Observe here. So here involuntary cardiac muscles, figure number 3. They are faint faint striations. Here the cells are long. Here observe here. Many striations are present in there, and the cells are long, cylindrical, branched, and multinucleated. So here they are long, cylindrical, branched, and multinucleated. So they are present in the heart. So which muscles are present in the heart? Cardiac muscles are present in the heart and helps in the contraction and relaxation of the heart, which helps in the contraction and relaxation of the heart. Here the cells are long, cylindrical, multinucleated, and then single uninucleated cells are there. So you observe here, they are involuntary muscles, and the long, cylindrical, and branched and the multinucleated cells are there. So here the here there are no uninucleated, here the multinucleated cells are there. Here the long, cylindrical, multinucleated cells are there. So especially the cardiac muscles are present in the heart. So these cardiac muscles are helps to the contraction and relaxation of the heart. And then connective tissue. So connective tissues connects and joins the different parts of the body together. The cells or connective tissues are loosely packed and have space between the cells are filled with a jelly-like matrix. So blood. Here you know the blood. So observe the components of the blood. When you observe under the microscope, so you see like that the components. Here blood vessels, white blood cells, platelets, and red blood cells. Here neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, lymphocytes, so monocytes, platelets and erythrocytes. So all of them you have to see that. These are all the components of the blood. When you see under the microscope, you see like that the components of the blood. Blood contains a fluid matrix called plasma, which contains red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. The blood transports gases, digested food, hormones, waste materials, etc. Blood contains a fluid matrix called plasma. So blood is the liquid connective tissue, or blood is the fluid connective tissue. So it contains the plasma. This plasma contains RBC or red blood cells, WBC or white blood cells and platelets. So this blood transports gases, digested food, hormones and waste materials. And bone. So bone is a hard and strong tissue. It consisting of cells which are embedded in a hard matrix containing calcium and phosphorus compounds. So which contents are present into the bones? Here the calcium are present into the bones. So this calcium make hard to the bones. Here calcium is very important to bones because it makes hard to the bones. Bones forms the framework of the body and supports the body and the main organs. Ligaments. Ligaments are flexible tissues which join bones together and helps in movement. So these tissues are helps to bones helps to movement of the bones. Tendons. Tendons are fibrous tissues. So these tissues helps to join the muscles to bones and helps in movement. So ligaments are flexible tissue which join bones together and helps in movements, but tendons are fibrous tissue which joins muscles to bones and help in movements. Areolar tissue. So areolar tissue fills the space between skin and muscles, inside the organs, around blood vessels. It helps to repair the tissues. So areolar tissue fill the space between skin and muscles, inside the organs, around blood vessels. It helps to repair the tissues when the tissues are damaged. And adipose tissue. So this tissue is very important. So it is found below the skin and between internal organs. So it contains fats and help to store fats. Adipose tissues, it is found below the skin and between the internal organs. It contains fats and helps to store fats. And then so observe here, ligaments and the tendons. Skeletal muscles, tendons bind muscles to bone and ligaments bind bone to bone and helps to joint capsule. So here observe here, areolar tissue, adipose tissue, bone tissue and cartilage tissue are the four main types of tissues. Here areolar tissue, adipose tissue, bone tissue and cartilage tissues are the four main types of tissues. And then nervous tissue. So nervous tissue helps to carry messages from one part of the body to other. Nervous tissue helps to carry messages from one part of the body to other and responds to stimuli. It is found in the brain, spinal cord and nerves. It is found in the brain, spinal cord and nerves. So it's consisting of nerve cells. It is called it as neurons. So neurons, so you have heard the name of the neuron. So observe the figure. The structure of neuron is very important in your examination. So here question is arise. Draw a neat label diagram of structure of typical neuron and explain it. Here neuron has a cell body containing a nucleus and cytoplasm. Neuron has a cell body containing a nucleus and cytoplasm. So it has hair-like structures called dendrites and a long part called axon having nerve endings. Observe here. At the nerve endings, so here axon are there. So the axon has a protective covering called myelin sheath. On the surface of the axon, so here the layer is formed. So this layer is myelin sheath. So this myelin sheath helps to protect the nerve body. The neurons are joined together to form nerve fibers. The neurons are joined together to form nerve fibers. The junction between two neurons is called synapse. Very important question. What do you mean by synapse? Here synapse means the junction between two neurons is called synapse. Okay dear students, today we shall discuss about the importance of epithelial tissues. Means in animal tissue we shall discuss about the epithelial tissues and muscular tissues and then connective tissues and then neuron. Neuron are nervous tissue. Okay, thank you.